the budget committee, it consolidates, sees whether it addresses some of the unfunded priorities, and then it comes here and requests for the House to approve. So I wanted that. So, Honorable Christine, please come. Don't mind going into so much detail, because the practice at this stage, we adopt both reports and send them to the budget committee. So don't be scared that we shall have so much on your issues and we leave them behind.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Presenting this minority report under Rule 205 of our Rules of Procedure. Our points of dissent are few, but for our benefit. One is the need for us to incorporate a budget for conducting boundary surveys, demarcating, restoring, and gazetting wetlands and evicting encroachers. According to our budget, didn't have money, and we request that it is considered, and so we are recommending that at least an allocation of 15 billion for wetland survey, wetland demarcation, and registration takes place. And we also recommend that at least 10 wetlands per district are surveyed. The second one, under water and environment, is relates to National Forest Authority. Tree planting has been emphasized, but the issue of establishing tree nursery beds is wanting. We request for serious additional allocations to establish at least a tree seed nursery per sub-county in Uganda this coming financial year. Those are some of the related water and environment options. I call upon my colleague for energy to also raise the departing points.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, my colleague, Shadow, and the Speaker for giving us this opportunity. Another point of dissent in the Ministry of Energy, under the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, was on the PAPs, the project affected persons who have not been paid since 2018 to date, yet the evaluations were done and people are still complaining. And we did recommend that 400 billion be allocated to ensure that all the PAPs, both the ECOP and the Tilenga project PAPs are being compensated. And secondly, we did also recommend on the operationalizing of the existing national fuel reserves and also operating regional reserves. And we did recommend that 10 billion Uganda shillings be allocated to fill that gap. The third one is prioritizing exploration and mining of iron ore to supply raw materials for the iron and steel industry. And we did recommend 15 billion shillings to be allocated.
Honorable colleague, on a report, when they are reading a report, a point of clarification cannot come in.
It is uploaded.
But we shall debate. I'll allow you during debate.
Finally, Chair, another one was on the issue of increased access to renewable energy, and we did recommend that 1 trillion shilling be allocated to connect at least 300 new connections per district, both in rural and urban centers. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Honorable colleague. So, Honorable colleagues, I open up and I start with Honorable Naomi Chibajo. Then Honorable Tom. Then Madi Okoro. Oseru. Max. Pius. Chairman, budget here I will not give you a chance because they are coming to you. But yes, Honorable Timuge. Yes, Honorable Naomi, each one 2 minutes. We are breaking for lunch, colleagues, and then we receive more statements.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. My observation was that much as we appreciate the minority report, but were these points brought in the committee and they were rejected, so that would save us having to present a minority report here in the House. Secondly, what I want to thank the chair for the report, but I also wanted to emphasize that NEMA has not done its work efficiently. Yesterday I was coming from Mbarara. We followed these huge buses, and they take advantage of their size, and they keep throwing bottles, kavera, food, everywhere. I don't know what can be put in place. Kavera is polythene paper, which and secondly, on tree planting, right, Honorable Chair, on tree planting, we are not doing as much as we should. I recommend that money be given for that purpose. But recently I was given plants, tree seedlings, take to my constituency. And in a very, very short time, they were taken. So which shows that people are hungry to get these trees and plant. That would go a long way in helping our environment. Thank you, Chair. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you. Now, colleagues, I want to guide, especially on that issue which Honorable Naomi Chibaju, and I know she would agree with me and support. To complement government efforts, I think we can coordinate with the Minister for Environment. They provide us seeds. We try to do seedlings in our communities as members of Parliament. I know someone will say, where will the money come from? But as part of our community corporate social responsibility, a nursery bed, I'm sure, because I've done it before, a nursery bed is not that costly. And you find it's very easy to transport them in your country. But for quality purposes, we would coordinate it with the minister. Minister, you can engage members on this issue. Then for members who are interested, they would come to you and you provide us seeds, then we do nursery beds and give seedlings. Okay? Otherwise, what you give us from here can't be enough. Yes, who else I had picked? Because, yes, Honorable Tom Bright.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Chair, for the good report. I want to concur with the committee on page 36, point number 9.65, repair of boreholes and maintenance. It is very true. Some places it's a water-stretched area, like our area in Chegegwa district, and many districts are suffering because of no clean water. I really support the 15 billion to be given to water sector so that we can improve our lifestyle. Thank you.
Thank you, Madi Okolo.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to thank the committee, the chair and the committee for the report. My comment is also on the 50 billion for the rural water for fixing boreholes. Many women and children spend a lot of productive time in search of water, so this will go a long way. However, I would like to get clarification, because a lot of these boreholes are made by contractors who use inferior method, should I say materials, especially deep down in the villages, so that you find after 3 months, some of these boreholes are unusable. So in such cases, I believe motorized boreholes would benefit the community better as they have a longer lifespan. On the issue of rural electrification, the government is now using concrete poles, but in some very swampy areas, they have continued to use wooden poles. And I hope that that has been catered for, that some of these wooden poles would be replaced with concrete poles, especially in areas where you have seasonal rivers, which last maybe 8 or 9 months, like we do in Madiokolo. I thank you.
Thank you, Terego.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to applaud the committee and the chairperson. That is when you touch my heart. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to be on record that currently I'm doing 2 million seedlings to be given to my community so that we really change the environment. Right Honorable Speaker, we need total help to NEMA. We need NEMA to have our backbones to ride on. Many people are encroaching the wetlands. They're not doing service to this country. And we are poor and hungry because we have refused to plant fruits. We have refused to be part of the environment. And the day we decide to give all the monies NEMA needs, then we'll be able to change the face of this country and feed our community and children. Thank you so much.
Yes, Pius.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I have some few comments to make. One is about the money provided for tree planting to NFA. Whereas I support it very much, but more emphasis should be put in preserving the natural forests. As I speak now, Right Honorable Speaker, we are talking about planting more trees, but Bugoma forests right now, if you visit Bugoma forests, it has been totally destroyed. So I think more emphasis should be put in preserving our natural forests. Then on power connections, Right Honorable Speaker, more money has been provided, but my request is we should have a balanced policy so that power connection is across each and every constituency. Because some constituencies have benefited more than others. You find a constituency represented by a minister, almost power is in each and every home. You visit our constituencies represented by us, it is a problem. So I request this time, let's have a clear policy. If we are to connect power in 10 villages per constituency, let it be very clear this time. Then on the last note, Right Honorable Speaker, it is about Petroleum Authority. This authority is in charge of controlling and monitoring these oil companies. I visited some oil companies like Telega in Bulisa. This authority is supposed to control costs because all expenses are supposed to be recovered in the future when oil is out. I just visited the dining hall. That Telega project is employing 9,000 people. But when you visit them, you may think you are in Serena. I think a plate is like 100,000.
Thank you. Thank you. I had Oseru. No.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. I want to appreciate the chair for the report he has given us. Right Honorable Speaker, my concern is if you go to some districts, you find there are poles 4 years ago that have been installed, and on those poles there are no electric wires. We wondered what could be happening. And then secondly, there are those districts that were created or that were upgraded into new cities, like Gulu City, Arua, Mbarara, and others. I understand that the government normally gives one borehole every financial year to every sub-county. But now, since we became a city, we have been cut off. So it's national water that has to extend water to all these urban centers. So, Right Honorable Speaker, our people do not have water. And you see the water that is extended by national water is too expensive. However, the money that the committee was recommending, I don't think I have anything against it. Me, I want to support the committee on that one, but the cost of national water in urban centers is damn expensive. And knowing that some of our cities are still in rural areas. Thank you.
Thank you. I remember that issue, Honorable, in the 10th Parliament came up, and there is a strategy which we shared, whereby I think I was in the Committee on Natural Resources, whereby they brought their case and justified it. It's more or less the urban people subsidizing the rural. That was a strategy. The urban subsidizing the rural so that we have wide water coverage. But me, what pains me is it find that projects which are performing well, you're not giving them money. If an entity you've given it a loan, they have performed, they have exited, and you don't pay, and you know these contractors, the moment you delay payment, they are getting a lot of money in interest. We are losing a lot of money. The other day we were discussing UNRWA. So what is your strategy as a government? You wanted them to delay? How do you reward entities? How do you make entities work harder to consume, to absorb the money that come under projects? So this is very, very critical. Honorable Isaac?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Isaac Otemgi, Padere County. I thank the committee for the report laid. I would like to thank the Ministry for commissioning Olweyu substation earlier, which is a big step towards bringing electricity to West Nile. But I would still like to inform the House that the deadlines of September 2022, also the deadline of March 2023, have still not been met by the Ministry in terms of bringing electricity, the national grid into West Nile, and the people of West Nile are actually concerned. And we welcome the 35 billion which has been put on this aspect. Right Honourable Speaker, we passed a loan here, I think amounting to about 1.7 trillion, and districts were actually allocated new connections. But to date, it is actually slow. Surveyors are not on the ground, despite passing that loan, whereby districts were going to get new connections. We need to have a follow-up on that. On the aspect of water, we're actually a bit concerned on the slow pace of providing safe water to most of our villages. At the moment, I understand that 21,000 villages are actually not connected to safe water. That is very concerning. And as a house, we need to know actually which are these villages being connected. Let us be provided by the list. Now you're saying you need more money to connect more villages. Which village is next? Can we also know and have an input on that aspect? And on that note, we have the issue of Northern Umbrella in most of the areas in West Nile, and also National Water. Those are all entities under the same ministry competing to provide water within the same district. In Nebi, Northern Umbrella is competing for some sub-counties. National Water is also competing for some sub-counties in the same district. Can we align the providers, please? On the issue of the tree seedlings, I can say that actually National Water is requesting for 30 billion. At the same time, NFA is also requesting for 4 billion. Those are entities within the same ministry. Why can't we just...
Thank you. Honourable Minister. Colleagues, I've been having peace here since 10 a.m. We said clearly we agreed 6 people per committee, and it has been followed. So if you have just come, please allow us continue how we were doing business. Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister for Water, please. Honourable Minister, I need to break for lunch. I've been seated here since 10.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, and the members. I want to thank the members for their comments. Most of them were very positive. I want to thank my colleague, the Shadow Minister for Environment. I was very grateful for the comments you made. You supported us in requiring 15 billion for tree planting. And then you were also suggesting that we restore at least 10 wetlands per district. This is a very welcome comment. Honourable Speaker, I will answer, since my Minister of State for Environment is here, I'm going to answer questions on water. I will give an opportunity.
Honourable Minister, we want you to speak in terms of money. General policy will be later.
Oh.
Yes.
Repair boreholes. I would like to request that the suggestion, the recommendation given by my committee, the Committee of Natural Resources, of 15 billion should be accepted. one of the members was saying that boreholes, contractors use inferior materials, and that he was suggesting that we should monetize these boreholes. The House, that the Ministry of Water has embarked on monetizing all these boreholes, because we would like to ensure that these boreholes serve a larger number of people in an area. So we have embarked on this, and already we have monetized some of the boreholes already. And then national water, I would like to request really that we support national water. We had this project called 100% acceleration project, which was meant to extend water even to unserved areas. This project was meant to serve even areas, poor areas in urban areas, the areas which are poor people stay. And I would like to tell members, that our cost of water for members, the poor members of our community, the cost of water is 50 shillings a jerrycan. That is what national water charges, 50 shillings a jerrycan for poor areas. It is only unfortunate that sometimes some of the people who sell this water overcharge them. But members should ensure, when you go to your areas, please ensure that these people who are selling water to these poor members of our communities charge 50 shillings.
Maybe, Honourable Minister, for the record, national water takes 25 shillings, and then 25 shillings goes to the operator, making it 50 shillings.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
National water takes 25 shillings. 25 shillings is supposed to go to the vendor, the one who is selling the water. I think those are the questions which were.
Thank you.
For water.
Thank you, Honourable.
Now let me ask Honourable Anywa to come and answer questions on environment.
Honourable, 2 minutes. Honourable Anywa, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, and my senior minister. I would also like to appreciate the Shadow Minister and the whole House for really standing up on the issue of environment. On environment, we talk as one, and I greatly appreciate. I appreciate the budget additions which even have come from the opposition. This is really recommendable, and I pray, Right Honourable Speaker, that this money is provided for, like for the seeds. We shall provide the seeds to members of parliament, to your areas, so that you are able to get the seedlings from the nearby, rather than transporting it from a different So if we can have that monies for seeds provided, we are ready to really give out those seedlings. We have been giving on some small scale, but we have been hard up now. Please, my prayer is, let's have that money provided for, as suggested by my shadow minister, and the whole House approves it. We shall do the needful. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, we have, as a ministry, also tried for these people who keep on throwing items from the vehicles. It has almost cut across. It is nasty, even vehicles of big people. And the NEMA has come up to say that, actually in my car personally, I have a dustbin. Now, for you members of parliament, I will also pray that you also lead by example. And NEMA has already
advise that people, even these big transports like buses, they should have that.
Honourable Minister, issues of a policy nature are not being handled now.
Okay, lastly, Mr. Speaker, friends, there was an issue on Bugoma. I also want to inform this House that it is a thorn in our flesh, for sure. We are handling, the President has just made a directive to the Prime Minister to go and handle this together with the ministry. So we stand together and we save our environment. I would like to thank you heartily. Do your part, we shall do our part.
Thank you. I now put a question that the report of the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources on the Ministerial Policy Statements and Budget Estimates for Financial Year 2023-2024 be adopted. Those in favor say aye, and the contrary nay. The ayes have it. The report is referred to the Committee on Budget. Like I had guided earlier, we usually adopt both reports and refer to the Budget Committee for reconciliation and consolidation. Colleagues, I put the question that the minority report on the report of the Committee of Environment and Natural Resources on the Ministerial Policy Statements for Financial Year 2023-2024 be adopted. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it. It's equally referred to the Committee on Budget so that they can scrutinize the proposal. Colleagues, we are breaking off for lunch of 45 minutes. So, after lunch, we shall start with the Committee on Presidential Affairs, followed by Committee on Defense and Internal Affairs as we continue with the rest of the committees. With the way we are moving, I need each and every committee. There is no committee that is telling me they are coming tomorrow. I need all committee reports today. Today. If time allows, we handle. All committee reports need to be here. If we don't handle it, members will read through and we handle it tomorrow. But we need the reports, all of them finished today. Because tomorrow is the deadline. By law, tomorrow is the deadline. So at least we must have reports today. I don't want to be like in the morning when I was running around calling chairpersons, looking for who to begin with at 10. House suspended for 45 minutes.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. This week on UBC.
I used to fear boys. Oh. Yes, and yet I had brothers and a very good father, but aside from my brother and my father, yes, I used to fear boys at school. So I didn't like
Did you think maybe they would bully you or something?
No, I just wasn't comfortable. I used to get a salary, so I understood. You know,
really?
Yes.
So every time you went and helped your mom work, she would pay you?
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful culture. Because most parents say, hey, you're a child, you work.
Yeah, I think it's important for our children to know what we do, and also to have some exposure to money, so that they understand the value of money, how to make money, how to save money, some financial discipline.
All of the Super Soul sisters we bring here are people who are meant to inspire you.
Mentorship, whether it's from family or friends or acquaintances or schools even, we're missing that part in our growing up journey. And I feel like if schools put more emphasis on it, or parents did, would have more career guidance along, our academic journey.
I am the quest, giver of life, Alpha without Omega. I am Africa.
Hail to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, a land with the world's most beautiful, captivating features, hills, mountains and valleys, the enigmatic animal species in the wild. A land where Africa is condensed into one small country with authentic endowment of nature and perfect safari. Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, is without the crowds with abundant primates, wildlife and stunning scenery. Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, takes you beyond the guidebooks, the known features, and gives you the insights unmatched. Keep it UBC TV, where we inspire Uganda with authentic beauty and nature of our motherland. Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Discover the fountain.